I'm a buyer of Bitcoin, but again, it's a swing trade for me, looking for a move up here in the short term. But just understand, everyone out there understand that I'm not looking, this isn't a long-term trade. It's looking for a pop in the near term, the next 2 to 3 days, weeks, whatever it may be. And then once we get up, if we get up to about 18.5, this type of pattern, and again, you could even make a case that this type of pattern on the chart, this is a cup, and this would be the handle formation. So basically, I am bullish near term. And I know that sounds weird to people when I'm saying, yes, down the line, it's going to go lower. But remember, I'm a trader, right? So I'm looking over the next 1 week or so. And over the next 1 week, I actually expect a move to the upside, as I think, again, momentum will come through. And if you think about it, we heard
2023 just started, and crypto markets are still agitated with all the recent events, as the Fear and Greed Index is still around the 25 level, which means extreme fear in the markets. Yet, Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist of InTheMoneyStocks.com and President of Verified Crypto Education, is buying Bitcoin right now. Yes, you heard it right. Gareth is going bullish short term, and he's been hitting his predictions for a while. This video will show you the levels he's watching so you can take a quick profit opportunity here before Bitcoin naturally keeps dropping until its bottom. So pay close attention to know what to do right now and what to expect next.
This pattern, and you guys can see my chart here, it's basically a large bear flag, or in spirit of bear flag. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to go straight down. In fact, I have a short-term micro breakout here. You can see this downsloping yellow trend line right here. And again, we broke above it. We're holding above it. All we have to do is take out 17,000. And I actually think you're going to get a short-term rally to the upside to about 18,400. So I actually am very short-term bullish, but you can't deny the bigger pattern here, which is still bearish. And therefore, again, I still have it priced in that we're still a few months away from a bottom in Bitcoin, and it probably has a decent amount lower to go. Yeah, so I think it's the beginning of the end, right? I mean, you have FTX hammering the market, but I think one of the important things to take away from FTX and the collapse is that if you look at the Terra Luna collapse that caused, or that Bitcoin took a hit on, Bitcoin dropped 45%. The FTX collapse, which was much bigger in terms of an earthquake for the crypto sector, you only dropped 25%. So what this is a market that still probably has some flushing out to go, but it is getting close. There's no doubt about it that we're getting close to it. We're also getting closer to potential regulation, which I think will be a huge asset for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, at least the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that are strong out there, as I do think that that will be an avenue for big money to start to dabble in crypto again.
Gareth says that we're getting closer to the bottom, and it makes sense, as even with the FTX recent collapse, Bitcoin has still been holding the price and didn't get a massive drop like what happened with previous Black Swan events like the Terra Luna destruction. Look what Gareth has to say about this.
What's important about how Bitcoin is reacting, or not, or lack thereof reacting to the negative news, tells me that the negativity on news-related information is pretty much in Bitcoin's price. And that's really amazing to think about. I mean, it would take a huge, huge epic earthquake bigger than FTX for it to have a big move down. So at this point, that bottom is in. What I don't think is in terms of the bottom for Bitcoin is when the stock market begins to really collapse more. And we talked about this in December at the live event. We talked about how I still think that there's another 25% down on the S&P in 2023. And I think that's going to be the kicker of how we get down to the targets that I've mentioned. I don't think it's going to be, another kind of earthquake. We're seeing them, like you said, with Silver and Gemini and Silvergate and all these other things going on. Yeah. That's not having an impact. People are immune to that in a weird way, but it's going to be when people get really scared in asset prices like stocks that they're going to ultimately end up selling crypto and driving it lower.
So what are his short-term targets for a quick call now and then for the next few months?
Potentially 12 to 13,000 is a short-term target. I do believe it'll go lower than that and probably pierce 10,000 and could get as low as 9,000 before this is all over. So again, if you look at it, and there's a couple ways. You could look at it the half full, the glass is half full, which is the negative, which is, oh my goodness, it could still go down 30, 40% more. Or you could look at it half full, which is basically saying Bitcoin's dropped from 69,000 to 16 and change here. Worst case, it's got another 7,000 and change to go. And then we can start to think about really picking some up heavily and looking for some major upside. So this type of pattern on the chart, this is a cup, and this would be the handle formation. So basically, I am bullish near term. And I know that sounds weird to people when I'm saying, yes, down the line, it's going to go lower. But remember, I'm a trader, right? So I'm looking over the next 1 week or so. And over the next 1 week, I actually expect a move to the upside, as I think, again, momentum will come through. And if you think about it, we heard about Silvergate. We've heard about, the GBTC, and we were going to talk about that in just a little bit. These aren't having a negative impact on Bitcoin right now. And that actually tells me that there's bullish potential price action. When a stock or a crypto doesn't fall on bad news for a sector, oftentimes you're getting ready to make a short-term pop. I'm a buyer of Bitcoin, but again, it's a swing trade for me, looking for a move up here in the short term. But just understand, everyone out there understand that I'm not looking, this isn't a long-term trade. It's looking for a pop in the near term, the next 2 to 3 days, weeks, whatever it may be. And then once we get up, if we get up to about 18.5, I'll pare it back, take some profits, and then potentially just stay on the sidelines until I think there's a better entry.
And finally, Gareth is also talking about the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, so let's have a quick look at his analysis.
GBTC is already trading at my 9,000 to 10,000 target, right? If we take 45% away. Now, I'm being more comical in that way, but I think this is it, right? So to me, if there's one thing I've learned in trading, there's no easy lunch, right? If this was a no-brainer buy, then every institution out there would be already heavily in this, expecting it to have this beautiful arbitrage trade where it goes back up. And I think investors, if you're going to do this and you're going to buy some GBTC, you have to understand it's trading at a discount for a reason, meaning that there is risk you're taking on that it goes bust, it does something else that you don't expect. So it's not so much to say that don't do it. It's that if you're going to commit capital to this trade, and it's a fair trade, you have to commit the correct amount, where if you lose 50 or 100%, you say, okay, I gave it a shot, it didn't work out, I'm okay with that loss. Maybe it turns out to be a beautiful discount, maybe it survives, but again, go in with your eyes wide open that there's a reason why it's trading down here. And like I always say, even with options, I mean, there's a reason why institutions sell 99% of the options to the public, right? It's because it's essentially a rigged game where they're selling it at a premium. Generally, they know they're going to make money on that. If this was an easy trade, if it was a no-brainer for you and me, why aren't they all doing it? And that's the one thing that kind of keeps me on pause.
So what do you think? Is this a good moment to open some swing positions on Bitcoin? Or is it too risky knowing that GBTC also has issues and Bitcoin has been trading sideways for a few weeks? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps us reach more people and deliver this daily content. Thanks.